Asta is annoying. I couldn't get into Black Clover because I hate the main character. Asta's voice and constant screaming is giving me a headache.
Black Clover is mid.
Black Clover is a manga that is infamous for its bad reputation among anime fans, and the very main character who takes the center stage of the series. Now, with the controversial main character, this can pose as a danger to any manga. If your main character does not possess the ability to command an emotional involvement from your audience, this would become a huge problem for any piece of storytelling. The main character or protagonist is the face and icon of any piece of entertainment. With that being said, if people are more inclined to disliking a main character, they will most likely dislike a story and avoid giving it a chance altogether. Simply because the emotional involvement between the protagonist and audience had never developed, which is only natural. Understandably, it makes sense as to why an individual would dislike a story due to its main character being unlikable or disheartening. After all, the main character is going to be the very outlet for anyone to immerse themselves into a story. Nearly every scene will have the main character in it, and while having the feeling of disliking the same character who shows up for a majority of the story, it would be no wonder as to why people would dislike a story because they dislike a main character. But, does Asta ruin Black Clover? Is Asta a bad main character? The answer to these questions are up to the viewer. However, we can come to an understanding and try to figure out the origin to these questions that created an overall opinion which dictated Asta's character. Why do people dislike Asta? Well, they find him and his voice to be very annoying. Nearly every time Asta is on screen, he is screaming, which can be a turnoff for the person witnessing the story and discourage any further progress into the series. Most people can agree, yeah, Asta is annoying. Yeah, Asta screams too much. But has anyone ever took the time to think, just why exactly is Asta screaming? Asta lives in a world that constantly tries to reject him and deny him of any significance from the woman he loves. One day, I'll become the Wizard King and make you happy! That's why, please, marry me! I'm sorry, Asta. I'm a nun, so... I'm not done yet! What? I'm sorry, but... I'm not giving up! I'm really sorry. Not yet! Not done yet! Like I said, let me ask again! To the people around him, only those of noble birth, like aristocrats and royalty, have the potential to become the Wizard King. Everyone has the potential! We're peasants and orphans. There's no way. And you can't even use simple magic yet. You have zero potential. And what's more, you don't even have prospects for a job. All the townspeople make fun of you. You know that, right? I sincerely wish that someone among you will become the Wizard King. I'm serious here. Now, it is time for the awarding of the grimoires. This is my grimoire. Look, mine is bigger. Whatever, mine's thicker. We're going to take the test in 6 months to join the Magic Knights. My grimoire's not coming. Try again next year. What? What the heck? It's actually amazing. That's too funny. A 4-leaf. Clover? I'll become the Wizard King. Just you wait. I'll catch up soon enough. After all, I'm your rival. Big talk from a guy who didn't even receive a grimoire. You? His rival? Talk about clueless. There's no way. And even life itself. I knew I had no skill in magic, but I didn't know it was so bad that I wouldn't get a grimoire. I guess I can't do it. In this life, Asta doesn't have any value due to being born without magic in a world where magic is everything. How does one live in a world filled with magic without having magic of their own? In order to live his life, Asta must force himself onto his surroundings and muster an immense will that most people avoid altogether, to do even the most mundane tasks. You're amazing, Yuno. Awesome. Thank you so much, Yuno. Then leave chopping wood to me. Knowing this, Asta still puts his best effort forth, even though he is unwanted. You don't have to try any longer. You're just a filthy little rat who doesn't belong here. I'll have a blast as a member of the Magic Knights for you, and I'll do that without even putting forth much effort. Go back to the boonies and continue your sad, pathetic dump of a life. Why would the Wizard King invite such low-born scum? I can't sense any magic from him. No doubt, that dungeon capture was sheer luck. Just look at the way he eats. Disgusting. It's unnatural for that little rat to be here. What a misfit. Even after his grueling efforts and training, when finally becoming a magic knight, Asta is still ridiculed. Even so, Asta has adapted to this and accepted the way others feel about him. They're sure tearing into me, huh? Well, I'm used to that. You don't have to try any longer. You're just a filthy little rat who doesn't belong here. He's a peasant from the boonies. What is he thinking? In this world, you won't be able to do anything. Nothing at all. Although Asta is used to people belittling him, he is still a person, and he still has feelings. You should give up on everything. You were born to be a loser. He's right. No matter how much effort I put in, there are things that can't be helped. I guess it's time. I give. I guess I can't do it. Let's see who becomes the Wizard King. You know, did I disappoint him? Nah, he probably doesn't even remember. It's a promise. Like I'm gonna give up! Just why exactly is Asta screaming? Don't underrate me, Destiny! I'm going to do it. Even if it takes a year, or even 2. I'll work hard until I get a grimoire. Wait for me! You know! You will never swing a sword again. So who's giving up? Asta is screaming, meaning that he is making long, loud, piercing cries that express his extreme emotion and pain. Asta's scream is only a form of primal pain, which comes from his childhood and the reliving of this pain and expression. Although he still manages to face his problems and work around them, Asta screams so that he can avoid the pain of his reality. Whenever Asta's chin quivers, he feels the urge to cry. This comes from his feelings of helplessness and weakness. From not possessing a grimoire, to breaking his friend's promise, never swinging a sword again. And a human who can't defeat me will never be able to rescue Yami. It's your fault for being weak. In this world, you won't be able to do anything. Nothing at all. You should give up on everything. You were born to be a loser.
If I was stronger.
Proving everyone who doubted him right brings Asta to tears. I'll become someone. Even though I'm a poor orphan who can't use magic yet, I'll prove that even people like us can become someone amazing. I'm a peasant, but do you think I could get into the Magic Knights? Sure you can. I'm a peasant, and I don't even have magic, and I got in. A scream used to be a psychological weapon, both for you and against your opponent. Listen up, dirtbags! I'm gonna pile up the results to become Wizard King and silence every last one of you! It raises confidence to the person using it. By screaming, Asta gives himself strength due to being able to express his power. Asta's most annoying trait is his most dangerous weapon. With the scream, Asta can push through the hardships of life and become the Wizard King. Sometimes, we all just need to express ourselves. No matter how weird, no matter how annoying it is when going about doing it. In order to have the same strength as Asta and go through our day-to-day lives, maybe all we need is a scream to take our problems away.